What is the single greatest problem which affects us as a Muslim nation? Is it a lack of education, or weak iman, or poverty, corruption, or no tawheed, or division, or having the wrong aqidah? Is it a combination of all this? Despite popular belief, it's actually none of these things. All these issues are a symptom of one root problem, and that is the absence of the Khilafah. Simply put, the Khilafah is the Islamic system which Muslims and non-Muslims live under. It is the rule of God on earth. The last Khilafah was in the 1920s, and there has been no Khilafah since then. So the reason why poverty exists in our lands is because Islamic economics is not implemented. The reason why crime may be rife is because Islamic judicial law is not implemented. The reason why corruption occurs and exists so much is because the Islamic court of injustices is not implemented. The reason why fundamental matters of the religion have become warped in the minds of some people is because non-Islamic systems with their own creeds are implemented over the youth in the Muslim world. The Islamic Khilafah is not a fairy tale. It's not a utopian state, but it does have the potential to deal with all these major problems. The Khilafah would not recognize the division placed between us. It would take oppression as an arch enemy, and it would view its citizens as people who need taken care of instead of being exploited. Some still may say, this idea of Khilafah is good, but it's too far-fetched. No, the return of Khilafah today is not far-fetched. It is a promise from Allah and from our Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. To say it is far-fetched would mean that we have been commanded with an order which is impossible to carry out. And of course this is not the case. To those who say that we must pick up the smaller pieces before we think of Khilafah, if our issues, any of our issues, could be solved without the law of Islam, then there would be no need for the law of Islam. But what we find is that with each passing second, the issues around us increase and only get worse, without any hope of permanently solving any of them. To begin where we first started, what is the greatest problem which affects us as a Muslim nation? It is that we no longer have what made us such an amazing nation in the first place, the Khilafah.